Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're embarking on what I honestly think is the ultimate adventure. I want you to imagine yourself as the protagonist in a classic hero's journey. You know, you're stepping out of the ordinary world, and you're about to unlock these incredible mental superpowers that have literally been sitting dormant inside of you this whole time. We're going to break down Jim Kwik's transformative guide, Limitless, and show you exactly how to upgrade your brain and learn anything faster.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. Picture this. I'm your learning genie. If I could grant you just one single wish to learn any subject or skill in the entire world, what would you ask for? A new language? Maybe advanced mathematics? How about mastering a musical instrument? Take a second right now and really think about it.
And right there, that brilliantly illustrates the real secret to all of this. If you use that one wish to ask for the skill of learning how to learn, well, you've basically just unlocked infinite wishes. Once you actually master the process of learning smarter, faster, and better, there are absolutely no limits. Any subject, any skill at all, it all becomes completely attainable. You effectively become a mental superhero. But every hero's journey starts with a struggle, right? An inciting incident. For Jim Kwik, the author of our source material, it was a really severe childhood brain injury. Because of this trauma, he grew up known as the boy with the broken brain. 3. That's how many extra years it took him just to learn how to read. He struggled intensely with focus, memory, and comprehension for years. But here's the thing, he didn't stay broken, and neither are we. Consider this massive biological truth for a moment. 86 billion. That's the number of neurons firing in concert inside your head right this very second. Your brain is literally the ultimate supercomputer. It's capable of processing information dramatically faster than any existing machine, with a storage capacity that is virtually infinite.
Section 1. The 4 digital villains, our modern arch-nemesis.
So these are the 4 modern arch-nemeses we're up against every single day. They're basically the side effects of our rapidly advancing technology. And look, while tech is fantastic, consuming it without any boundaries seriously amplifies brain fog and overwhelm. Let's unmask these 4 digital villains real quick so you can actually defeat them. First up, we've got digital deluge. We live in a world with just an overwhelming flood of information. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Right now, the average person consumes 3 times as much information as someone did back in the 1960s. And because we rarely give our brains any actual downtime to process this total tsunami of data, we end up with poor memory, intense mental fog, and just sheer exhaustion. Villain number 2 is digital distraction. Just think about how often your connected devices pull your attention away. App alerts, notifications, text messages, they literally rewire our brains to crave constant dopamine hits. And what's truly alarming here is that constantly shifting your attention actually burns up the oxygenated glucose your brain uses for fuel. You're literally training your distraction muscles instead of your focus muscles. Next on the list is digital dementia. This is the classic use it or lose it concept playing out in real time. Think about it. When was the last time you actually memorized a new phone number? By outsourcing our memory to GPS and smartphones, we're totally denying our brains the exercise they need. Forcing yourself to recall information creates and strengthens permanent memory. By instantly looking everything up, our short-term memory actually begins to deteriorate.
Finally, we have digital deduction. This is where we just let the internet draw our conclusions for us. If you want to know how to feel about a hot-button issue, it's way too easy to just scroll and read the opinions of others online. When we cede our reasoning and problem-solving to technology like that, our critical thinking muscles just kind of atrophy. Section 2. Unlocking your supercomputer brain. The power of neuroplasticity. So researchers actually looked at the brains of London taxi drivers who spend years memorizing this crazy maze of 25,000 streets, and they discovered that these drivers had significantly more gray matter in their memory centers compared to the average person. Their brains literally expanded and plumped up to accommodate those cognitive demands. Every single time you learn something new, your brain upgrades its hardware. It's amazing. But wait, it gets better. You actually have a second brain. Hidden right there in the walls of your digestive system is the enteric nervous system. It contains over 100 million nerve cells. This gut brain uses the exact same neurotransmitters as your head brain to function, and it profoundly dictates your mood, your energy levels, and your overall cognitive performance. You literally feed your brain by feeding your gut. Section 3. The Limitless Model. Aligning the framework. All right, so how do we defeat the villains? The absolutely crucial point is getting these 3 M's perfectly aligned.
Mindset, what you genuinely believe is possible and what you deserve. Motivation, the underlying purpose and the energy you bring to take action. And methods, the specific, systematic processes you use to actually accomplish your goal. Right there, where all three of these intersect, that is where the true limitless state exists. Section 4, Shattering Your Learning Lies. Limited Ideas Entertained. You know, the difference between a limiting belief and a limitless mindset is basically the difference between a thermometer and thermostats. A thermometer just passively reads the temperature, right? It just reacts to whatever environment it's in. But a thermostat gauges the room and then actively controls the environment, changing it to fit the ideal setting. A limitless mind shapes its own reality. Here's a massive lie we tell ourselves, and it involves our intelligence. We've been totally culturally conditioned with a fixed mindset, this pervasive lie that our IQ and our capabilities are just static traits locked in at birth. But the truth is, we need a growth mindset. Your intelligence is incredibly fluid. It can be developed through effort and persistence. Standardized test scores absolutely do not measure your ultimate capacity to learn. Oh, and here's another incredibly common LIE you see in movies all the time. The lie, we only use 10% of our brains, right? We've all heard that. The absolute truth, we use 100% of our brains. The entire brain is active, functioning as a fully optimized supercomputer, literally just waiting for you to properly leverage the whole shebang. Section 5, the faster learning method, accelerating your process. So, I want you to ask yourself this question right now. How do you currently approach learning something new? Are you passive about it? Do you just read a book and kind of hope it sticks? To truly learn faster, we have to recognize that learning is an active creation process. It is absolutely not a passive spectator sport. Okay, so here is your toolkit, the FASTER method. F is for forget. Temporarily suspend what you think you already know so you can approach learning with an open, beginner's mind. A is for act. Take notes and apply the knowledge right away. S is for state. Manage your emotional and physical state because honestly, all learning is state dependent. T is for teach. Learn it with the intention of explaining it to someone else, and you'll learn it twice as well. E is for enter. Put your learning time on your actual calendar, because if you don't schedule it, it just won't happen. And finally, R is for review. Actively recall what you've learned so you can completely bypass the forgetting curve. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with 3 magic questions to ask yourself whenever you're consuming new information. Ask yourself, how can I use this? Why must I use this? And when will I use this? Remember, you are the hero of your own journey, and your potential is just a vast, completely untapped resource. So what limiting belief are you going to shatter today to unlock your limitless mind?